What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. For teenage boys, little do we know at that age, for a lot of us, that would be one of the best times in our lives. Everything is so fresh and new. The world just seems brighter and a lot more fun. From getting your first little job, making some money, feeling that independence, from learning how to drive, that first feeling behind the wheel. And around 16, I would say you are now considered to the world a young man. By that age, you are still going through growing pains, but more than likely, you already know the type of person you want to be. You have already picked your friend group and the people you choose to rotate with. But we all know every child grows up differently. While some are exposed to things at an early age and might have it just a little bit rougher, others might come from a good home that keeps them focused on the more positive things in life. But for most young people, when you are that age, loyalty is high. You don't care where your friend comes from or what people say about them. All you know is how y'all rocking together. That's when lifelong brotherhoods are formed. Them years when you and your homie go on y'all first double date together, learn about love, somebody gets their heart broke for the first time, y'all might even get jammed up together at school or outside. Maybe for fighting, something petty, because boys will be boys. But a tough lesson most of us grown men wish we knew back then as a hopper or a teen is everybody you consider a friend might not be real, and the love could be fake, not genuine at all. Some people learn very early on how to manipulate, use people to better their situation or to get what they want. Every handshake is not solid, and every smile is not sincere. And when you let a snake in your circle, it's only a matter of time before they strike. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Alexandria, Virginia to discuss the case of a man who took his friend's life, then told police he wanted to do it all day. Back in 2021, 18-year-old Kebbren Lee Gay was in a great place in his young life. He had just graduated from Mount Vernon High School, where he was a great student with many achievements. The star football player at the school shined on the field and off. Kebbren stated to have a great personality, big smile, loving heart, kind nature. He never judged others, saw the good in everybody around him, and for a young man, he was disciplined, focused, and had a warrior spirit, which could be traced back to his parents. He was their only child. His father and mother worked hard to give him a great life. Kebbren was taught early on the value of hard work and how important it was to be well versed. Even at just 18 years old, he would often travel, have meaningful interactions with people, even making his first trip overseas to Gambia, West Africa, with his father, where he spent time with family and took in the culture. But even though an outstanding young man, Kebbren was still a teen boy who enjoyed hanging out with friends, playing video games, watching YouTube videos, or listening to music. He would enroll in Northern Virginia Community College and got a job at Amazon, with dreams of one day opening his own barbershop. Kebbren had a friend who he looked at like a brother. At the time, 20-year-old Jordan Cochran. Jordan was a little different from him though. The two had different upbringings, and Jordan was more focused on the street element of being a young man, playing with guns, getting into trouble, which put him on local police radar. Even at just 18 years old, he was caught at a high school game with a loaded handgun. Facing jail time, Jordan was able to get out the jam though, by allegedly offering information on a homicide in the area. But Kebbren looked past all that and Jordan was his homie. The two would often hang out, just kick it, with Kebbren even telling Jordan, like, bro, we can look for some jobs together so you can be good out here, especially since Jordan was having problems at home with his parents, eventually leading to the young man getting put out with nowhere to go. But Kebbren, being the type of friend he was, told Jordan not to worry about it. He would ask his father could he stay with them for a few weeks, just until he figured things out. Jordan seemed grateful, and Kebbren's father agreed. But only a few days into the stay, Jordan, for whatever crazy reason, showed Kebbren's father a loaded handgun. Not allowing weapons in his house, he told the young man he had to go. Now Jordan was back at square one, but Kebbren considered him a brother, still hung with him on a regular, and the two were still tight as ever. As New Year's hit, now 2022, the friends still were spending every day together. But just a few days after he was put out of Kebbren's family's home, Jordan started feeling some kind of way about a pair of tennis shoes. It's not clear if the shoes belonged to Jordan or Kebbren, but on the evening of January 8th, 2022, the two friends were out together at a bus stop right off of Richmond Highway in Fairfax County, not far from Alexandria. While out, Jordan brought up the shoes. The conversation quickly turned into an argument. Jordan and Kebbren would square up and start throwing hands, in which some say Kebbren got the best of Jordan. After the fight, Jordan started flashing a gun though, in which Kebbren tried to walk away, asking him, "Oh yeah, so you gonna shoot me now?" before calling another friend, asking for a ride home, stating Jordan was geeking. But seconds later, a single shot went off, and Kebbren was hit. Jordan then walked over to his homie while he was bleeding out, took the shoes off his feet, his wallet, and cell phone before running to a local 7-Eleven. At the store, he asked a couple who was in the car for a ride. The man who was driving told him like no. Jordan then upped the gun and shot the man in the face before then running to a local Taco Bell. By this time, local police were called. When they responded to the first scene at the bus stop, they found Kebbren suffering from a single gunshot wound, and unfortunately, the young man was pronounced gone at the scene. At the 7-Eleven, the man who was shot in the face was badly hurt, but in stable condition. Jordan wouldn't get far though. He was grabbed by police at the Taco Bell with the gun on him. When out of nowhere, he asked police how did he do. They told him, "You just took a life," which he boasted, thinking the man at the store was gone as well. Not just one, two lives. "I got two bodies." In the back of the patrol car with no remorse, Jordan could be heard saying, "I've been itching to click and shoot this gun all day. I hit two people. I'm going to big boy jail now. I wonder how it will be." It seemed the young man had disconnected with the fact he just took a person he considered a friend and brother life for no reason and severely wounded an innocent civilian. Jordan was charged with first-degree hit, attempt, and weapon violations. As Kebbren's parents got the news, they were devastated that his life was cut short over nothing by somebody he considered a brother. As the community was also left to grieve the young man, a lot of Kebbren's and Jordan's teachers and associates couldn't believe he was the shooter because the two young men were so close. As the case made its way to trial, it was hard for Jordan's attorney to fight. They tried to argue he was scared after his friend beat him up, so he shot in self-defense. But the store shooting, which blinded the victim, came up in trial, which the man testified, and also the conversation with Jordan bragging to the police. It was nothing his attorney could do. Jordan was eventually found guilty on all charges and was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 11 years. He will be considered for parole at age 60. He attempted to apologize, saying words couldn't express the way he felt and his remorse, and him losing a friend and brother, and if he could take it all back, he would. Kebbren's parents spoke out about the impact the loss of their only child had on them, and how no matter what, he tried to help Jordan. They did feel justice was served though, with the sentence. Rest in peace to Kebbren. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. 18 years old, whole life ahead of him, cut short by a snake, acting like a friend. Jordan was a little throwed off in my opinion. You knock your homie off, shoot another man, then brag the police, excited to go to jail. It sounds like one of those kids that wanted to be gangster so bad, they will crash out just to say they like that. But now his dreams came true. Big boy prison, not jail, with lifers, the real throwed off people who don't care about you shooting 2 people or how many bodies you got. I know Kebbren probably thought, Jordan my man, he might be a little wild, but he will never cross me. We all think like that at that age. But unfortunately, he did. Then he robbed him while he was fighting for his life. That just goes to show you Shorty mindset. He never cared about Kebbren. It seems he never cared about himself to throw his life away so easy. But I want to know y'all thoughts on this situation. Leave it in the comments. And remember, we got to succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, it's a super crazy story. Rest in peace, that young man. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.